Legal analyst Jack Ford is here now to help us sort out some of the facts of this complicated case. Good morning.
Hey, Harry.
We've talked about it earlier in the week. Now that we have a better, clearer view of what the coroner said here, what kind of charges might come as a result of this?
You know, you have a whole range of possibilities here. Top count could be a murder charge. Now, you think about murder one, and obviously people think of, all right, malice or forethought. You intend to kill somebody, and you do. That's not what they're talking about here.
Right.
But there are lower levels of murder where if you intend to harm somebody, intend to seriously harm him, but you say, well, I didn't really mean to kill him.
Right.
Take a baseball bat to somebody, right? You didn't want to kill him, but you really wanted to mess him up badly.
Right.
And they die, you could be charged and convicted with a murder two type of scenario. So here you could see possibly the argument, you know, if it's in fact true that he was strangling his father at the time he has a heart attack and dies, possibly.
Does it seem
I think more likely something in the manslaughter area.
Right.
You know, manslaughter is you engage in reckless conduct, you disregard the risk that somebody might die as a consequence. Classic illustration. Take out a revolver, you don't bother to check if it's loaded, you're fooling around with a friend, you pull a trigger, you kill him. All right, that's a manslaughter situation. Here you could see the prosecutor say, if you take an older man with a history of heart disease and you indeed start strangling him in a fight and he dies as a result.
Pretty reckless.
Could well be.
Yeah. Does Nancy Kerrigan's celebrity help or hurt in a case like this?
This is a great question here because most times we think celebrities get better deals. In the justice system nowadays, I don't think they do. Indeed, I think her celebrity might hurt her. Here's why. If this is Nancy Smith, and this situation plays out with her family, and nobody knows who she is, and you go in as her attorney and talk with the prosecutor, it might be easier to get a prosecutor to say, let's do it. This is such a big story now. If I'm a prosecutor, I go back to my days as a prosecutor, I don't want somebody looking over my shoulder saying, this deal came because it's Nancy Kerrigan, an Olympic hero. If I came in as a lawyer with Nancy Smith, I wouldn't get that same deal. So I think they'll be very cautious.
So the prosecutor is going to feel some kind of pressure as a result.
They'll be very cautious about it.
Very quickly, let's talk about defenses for this brother who has been in prison before, but also has a history of PTSD.
Yeah, a couple of defenses. One might be a medical defense, where a lawyer might say, if he's charged, look, he had a heart disease. He could have had a heart attack in the Super Bowl and died. Prosecutor, I'm sure, will say he didn't. He had a heart attack when his son's hands were around his throat. If he has indeed this history of mental disease, you could see it as a full-blown insanity defense, that he didn't know what he was doing, didn't have control. Maybe more realistically, a mitigating factor, either for a plea bargain or for sentencing.
There you go. Jack, thanks so much.
Harry.
Do appreciate it. Right.